Hi, and welcome at Your Guitar Workshop. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. I recorded this tune this week with a friend of mine, a duet version of it, and my part is actually pretty close to being pretty much a fingerstyle cover of this song, so what I figured I'd do is to just turn it into a full cover. I started working on that this morning, and since I still have to record a tutorial for Friday for you guys, I figured I might as well just release it right away. What I'll do is in the coming week, I'll record the cover and then I'll post that as well. The tabs for this will be available pretty much around the weekend. I wish I'd had them finished right now, but I just finished making the arrangement. So if it all seems a little bit rusty, that's probably why. So we'll do this section by section. The first section is the intro section. I'll play it for you, and then we'll play it on the guitar. Here we go. What do? So first of all, the chords. I have this chord here, which is F sus2. So I'm fretting the bass with my thumb. So first position E string, ring finger third position A, pinky third position D, open G, and then pointer finger is in first position, sorry, of the B string, like that. The second chord is a G5, and that's just that shape that I had, that F sus2 just moved up. The reason why it's not a sus2 anymore is because the reason why this one is a sus2 is because of that open G string, but that open G is just a normal part of the G chord, so this is a G5. So that's your second chord. The next chord is just E minor, just plain old E minor, and then back to F. All right? So now for the picking. So what I do is I do palm muting with my right hand, right, on the bridge, the guitar here, and I have this picking pattern. So what I do is I pick thumb E string, middle finger plays B string, pointer finger plays G, and I do that together, and then my thumb plays A, D, like, and then I play those two fingers again. Like this. Then I play E, and then G, and then D. And that's thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb. Right? So you got this. Once more. And that's the pattern that you use. So you move to your G5 chord and you do the same. And you do the same on E minor. After the E minor chord, you get the F chord again, and then you play this. So I play E, A, D, and then G and B together with pointer finger and middle finger. Then I play E again, G, D, G. It's like this. And then it starts over. And then you get that last F chord, and there you just play E, A, D, and then G and B together. So that's thumb, 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 and then pointer finger and middle finger. And that's it. All right, now we get to the verse part of the song. Let me play it for you first, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. So what do you play? So first of all, let's walk through the chords. So the first chord is D minor with C in the bass. So you got this part here. So that's pinky in third of B, pointer finger in second of G, ring finger in third of D, and middle finger is in third of A. And then I just switched to a regular old C chord. So I got Now the funny thing is when you do that, you pretty much already have the foundation for the melody. So the only thing I do is switch between D minor over C. So C and then D minor, C, D minor, C, and then D, and then I play top E string for the melody. So. And then I just play that C chord again, but now focus on G, B, and E string, right? Now the trick is, I think, to play this is to have the melody sort of in your mind. So even though I could explain exactly how to do that, what I think is important is that you have to know that these are the chords that are changing. But what you have to have in the back of your mind is right? So you have that melody in the back of your mind. And that's how I play this this sequence, right? So I just play right? And a good way to do that is to play along with the song, just with the original, so you get that melody in your brain. And it also gives you the opportunity, if you don't sort of completely fix it, to sort of play around with it every time you play it. Then in the next section, you get this. Right? So what I do there is you play those chords from the intro. So you play F sus2 to G5 to E minor to F sus2 again. So you got F, G, E minor, F, Then I play this. So I play the bass note with my thumb. Then with ring finger and middle finger, I play G and B. So, and then I put my ring finger here of my left hand on third position of E string. And then I play G, B, and E string together. Then remove my pointer finger and play that G and B again. And then I play E minor, but I make sure that I play E string, D, and G. Right? So like this. Right? Then you have a little bit of space and you can fill that up. So I just play the E minor chord up and down. Right? So that's E, G, B, E, and then B, G, D. But you can fill that up with anything you like, so it's not really fixed to that. So you have this. Then I play so what you get here is and I may have played it differently in the beginning, by the way, because since I play this tune semi-improvised, so it changes from time to time. So anyway, so you get this. So I just play E string and B string together, thumb ring finger, then middle finger G, and then pointer finger D. So then I switch to G and I do the same thing. And then I do the same on E. And then I just pluck that F sus2 chord, which is ring finger, middle finger, and pointer finger, B, G, and D. Thumb plays E string, like this. And then I play, so I play that on that F chord, the bass again, then D, G, and B, or G and B. Then I put my ring finger on third of that E string. And then I play again G and B, or D, G, and B again. Remove my pointer finger, play it again, like this. And I think actually it sounds better with just the G and B string, by the way. And then you go back to the verse part. All right? So let's play together what we've got so far when it comes to the verse. So we got this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Something like that. So as you can see, I play around with it a little bit. So where I have the space, I fill it up with some notes. And even though I will put those things in the tablature, but if I were you, I would just sort of play around with it and see what you can do in those spots, because it makes it a lot more flexible and you can just leave it in the spur of the moment what you want to do with it. So eventually you get to evolve your own version of this cover. So then you get the second verse, which is very similar to the first verse. There's just slight differences in the melody, so sort of variation. So you got the going to that high E there. So you got so that's something that you'll have to put in there. So but the chords are the same. then you get the same here. So and then you get the ending of that part is different the second time around. There you get this. Right? So what do? So you play that F chord. So you play bass, then G and B, then put your ring finger on the E string, play those same strings, then remove your pointer finger, and then you play E. Then with my middle finger, I just play second position of that G string, and then add my thumb, first position of E, and ring finger third of D, and just play those strings, right? A variation on that second part, which is really nice to try, is sort of incorporate something of that intro in there. And that could sound something like this. So how do you do that? So what you do is you play E, G, and B together with thumb, pointer finger, and middle finger. And it's just those three, and then you play with your thumb A and D. Then you move to that F chord. You pluck the same strings at first, so E, G, and B. Then you play A, G, D with thumb, pointer, thumb. So then you do the same on the E minor chord. And then you just pluck those E, G, and B on the F chord. It's like this. Right? And then you get the rest of it. But that's something that you can play around with. So that's pretty cool. So now for the chorus section, I'll play it for you first, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. All right, so what do? So first of all, let's get the picking part on the G chord first. So you have open E with your ring finger. Then you put your pinky on third, and you play that together with your bass, so like this. Then the next one, you play E, B, and G with ring finger, middle finger, and pointer finger together with that bass. So then you just play bass. Then you play bass and open E string. Then pinky on third again. And then you pluck those G, B, and E again with the bass. Like this. Right? And you play that a couple of times so you get... And then you play, so I put my pointer finger on second position of G, and I play that together with an open A string. Then I go here, so that's pointer finger, so I move to pinky in fifth of E, ring finger in fifth of G, and pointer finger in third of A. It's like this. Then ring finger goes to seventh position of A, and then pinky to seventh of D, and then pointer finger in fifth of G, and like this. So you get right? And so after that, playing that seventh position of A, I then pluck D, G, B, and E all together, right? And you got that nice open A minor add 9 sound. So like this. Then I play, and actually maybe that's actually a better idea. So you play ring finger 7th of A, then 5 with your pointer finger, hammer on with your ring finger in 7, pull off, and then move your pointer finger to 3rd of A string, like this. And then you go. So that's, I use my thumb for this. So thumb on 1st position of E string with pointer finger 1st of B. And then I pluck, first I play that bass, and then I pluck G, B, and E with my pointer finger, middle finger, and ring finger. Then I do the same thing, but now with my ring finger in E, 3rd of E. Then play 3rd position of B, and then I play C, right? With A, G, B, and E. Right? So like this. Like that. And then you start over. So you play that 3 times, but then there's a 4th time which is played a little differently. So it starts the same. So what do? So the first part is the same, but then when you get to the A minor section, what you do is you play 8th position of E with your middle finger, ring finger plays 9th of G, and I sort of do a forward roll with my fingers, so A, G, B, and E. Then middle finger in 7 and pointer finger in 7 of E and G to 5 and 5 of those same strings, and then going back up and playing the bass again, so like this. And then I add my pinky in 10 of B. And there you go. And then you play that last part again. But there I don't end on the C playing the top 3 strings, but I end on C playing A, D, G, and B. Right? So all of that together. 1, 2, 3. All right, so the next thing is the interlude. I'll play it for you, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. So what do? You just start sort of with an F power chord, so pointer finger 1st of E, ring finger 3rd of A. And then I move that ring finger all the way up to 8. And then add middle finger in 7 of D, pointer finger 6 of B, and pinky in 8 of E. It's like this. And after I've played that 8th position of A, I then pluck D, G, B, and E together. Right? Then I put my pointer finger on pointer finger on 3rd of D, middle finger in 5th of G, and pinky in 7th of E. And I have open B string. And I just play thumb first, D string, and then G, B, and E. So like this. Then you get this one. So you have a G add 9. So I play this one with my thumb, but you can also play it as a bar actually. So maybe that's easier for most of you. So you have your bar, pointer finger, 3rd position. And then ring finger is in 5th of D, middle finger is in 4th of G, and pinky is in 5th of E. And you play E, D, G, and then B and E together. It's like this. And there is some palm muting in there, by the way, as well. Then I play that bass once more, and then just the top 3 strings. Then I go to an E minor chord. So for that, I have sort of a small bar with my pointer finger in 2nd position of A and D. Ring finger is in 4th of G, middle finger is in 3rd of B, and pinky is in 5th of E. And there I play E, A, D, and then G, B, and E together. Then the next part, I just figured out a new way to do it. So I'll teach you that way. It's different from how I played it in the video. It has the same result though. So what you do is you play this part. So what I have is my pointer finger in 3rd of E. I play it. Then ring finger makes a hammer on, pull off to pointer finger, and then pull off to open E string. And then with my pinky, I play 3rd of B. Keep it there, then add my thumb, 1st position of E, ring finger, 3rd position of D, and I play E, D, open G, and B string. Then I play open E string, and then remove my pinky and add my pointer finger in 1st of B. Like this. Like that. All right? So this whole thing together, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you repeat. And then you start all over again. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did things a little bit differently in this lesson. There's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, most of what I did today was actually pretty new for me as well. The other thing is that I kind of, for these kinds of things, probably use a different approach. So I'm not as fixed into like, this is how you play it. So when I, for instance, explain how a certain song is done, in the original version of it, then I'm pretty accurate and I try to stay very close to the original. In this case, it's more of a cover. And the great thing when you have a cover is to leave room to interpret things a little bit. It makes it a lot more fun to play, and it gives you a chance to evolve your interpretation over time. As I said, I hope you enjoyed this. If you want the tab for this tutorial, it'll be available during the weekends, probably going to be Saturday, I think, when I release this tab. That's it for today. Wishing you a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.